7:36, 24 before the hour of 8 o'clock. As you know, we've been having this ongoing debate and coverage of the Maryland State Department of Education's new framework on health education, beginning in kindergarten, where children, precious, innocent children, are expected to know how to recognize a range of ways people identify and express their gender. Joining us on our Newsmaker hotline is longtime Maryland public school teacher and Republican candidate for Wicomico County Executive Julie Giordano. Julie, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here.
So I know you're pretty outspoken on this. What was your immediate reaction when you saw this so-called framework to sexualize and indoctrinate our children as young as kindergarten level?
Yeah, well, I was completely 100% horrified. It is absolutely ridiculous when we have just started to get out of COVID and we're starting to really see these educational gaps in children. And we have students that are not proficient in reading. We have students that aren't proficient in math. And yet what's being kind of rammed down our throats is gender identity standards. And so I think that we really need to figure out what is important, for our kids. My mom is actually a public school teacher as well and teaches young kids, and she too feels the same way, where it's just a very frustrating time at this point because we have so many other issues, and this is what what is being told to us as being important.
The president is on record as saying, in essence, that the children belong to the teachers, and the COVID relief funds should be used to help push the CRT agenda. Now, you're a parent, you're a teacher. What's your reaction?
Well, first and foremost, I, very much appreciate every single one of my students. But I have never, in 17 years, claimed that these are my children or that I kind of take precedent over their parents. As an educator I'm working on year 17 right now, I very much am about, being pro-teacher, pro-parent, pro-student. We all work together. And when they're with me for the 80 minutes, I teach high school English. I do everything in my power to hopefully make them successful individuals. But that never takes the place of a parent. And, I very much am an advocate for parents to speak out and be a part of your child's education. In my teacher roles, obviously that's the role I take. As a parent, who else is going to advocate for my child but me? So it is very important for parents to take an active role in their children's education, and they should have a say in what is being taught. Absolutely.
We're talking with Julie Giordano. She's running for Wicomico County Executive on the Eastern Shore about this new framework. And I've got to tell you, Julie, I have 5 teachers in my family, 3 of which said they're retiring early based on this kind of nonsense. One who transferred out of 3rd grade class and is now teaching a technology class where this isn't going to be part of the curriculum. And the other one is just hanging in for, a pension. Until she can retire. Is this going to lead to a significant loss in teachers in the classroom?
I think it absolutely will, and we're short already. I know with the Kerwin money, it is requesting 10,000 additional teachers. I just attended a forum not too long ago where they had said that we are 2,200 educators short. And now with this Kerwin push and this new blueprint that we're having here in the state of Maryland, we need 10,000 more teachers. So potentially right now we're looking at a shortage of, 12,200 teachers. But yeah, the problem is that teachers that have been around for a little bit almost don't recognize their profession. And that's what's so frustrating is that, a teacher, especially at the high school level, is so passionate about their topic. We have English teachers that just love literature, or history teachers that are just engrossed in that American history, or, whatever subject they teach. And unfortunately, some of that curriculum, that, core part of that curriculum, is being put on the back burner for other things that have nothing to do with it. I know with me personally, there's social emotional lessons that I'm supposed to be teaching or putting in front of children. There's, everything is being looked at through a different lens. And yes, those teachers that have been around for a while are just going to say enough's enough. We are educators. We are not social workers. We are not psychologists. And to make teachers feel like that they have to play that role is not going to sit very well, especially for your seasoned teachers. That's who you're going to lose, are your seasoned teachers.
I'm just taking a look online, Julie, real quickly, at the Wicomico County fentanyl death statistics. Is this a growing problem in your county?
Opioid addiction, I think, is a problem everywhere. But, yes, I mean, it's definitely something here that we are trying to tackle. So, yeah, we've got different programs and things like that in place. But, yeah, we do see a rise in that.
The other thing is, I keep hearing, because Carroll County was struggling with this recently in the last week, they've decided to delay their vote on whether or not to implement this state-mandated curriculum. And it's being argued here, Julie, that this is only a framework. I mean, the devil's in the details. I mean, you know, why all the adverse, negative reaction here? Because let's trust our educators. They'll come up with a proper framework. What do you say to that excuse?
I think it starts with a framework, but I've been around the block a little bit. You know, I mean, when I first started teaching, we had the state testing was MSA, and then we moved into Common Core, and now we've moved into college and career ready standards. So, yeah, they're all just frameworks. I mean, that's what they are, is frameworks, and I think they leave a lot of the interpretation up to the educator, which in some aspects, the creativity part from the educator is great. But I think in standards like this or a framework like this, I feel like there's just too much room for interpretation as to what is appropriate and what is not appropriate.
Julie Giordano, running in Wicomico County for County Executive. Website is Giordano4CE. That's Giordano, the numeral 4CE.com. Julie, thank you very much for your time this morning. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.